Hi guys, in this tutorial we're going to look at um, this requirement that we have on the screen. Remember in the last two tutorials we started looking at different requirements just to build our skill in SQL. And these requirements are such that we let us use all the skills that we've been learning from the very first video in this tutorial. So in this one, we are going to continue doing the same thing. So let's look at the requirement together. It says return first name, gender, department, salary. Okay, that is a list of male employees who work in automotive department earning a salary over 40,000, but not up to 100,000. So the first line tells us the columns we are going to return. So we are returning these columns. And this is the requirement. We are to provide a list of male employees working in automotive departments earning a salary over 40,000 but not up to 100,000. So the first thing you want to do, um, I'm going to do a select star so you can see the table. So I'll do a select star from employees. We don't have to do this if you already know the table, but I don't want to assume anything. So I'll just do a select star and it also makes it clearer for you as well. So now let's go back to the requirements. It says return first name, gender, department, and salary. So in order to return those, we say select first name, gender, department, and salary. So we're returning four columns. Where are these columns going to be returned from? From employees, because this is the table we are using. Okay, now let's go back to the requirement. What are the conditions in this requirement? A list of male employees. So I see this as the first condition. So in order to specify a condition in your query, you need a where clause. So I would say where gender equals male. In gender, we have female and male. You see, we have M for male. And the requirement says a list of male employees. So I'll say where gender equals male. So this is the first requirement. Now let's proceed. A list of male employees who work in automotive department. So the second condition is going to be department. So we want male employees working in automotive department. So I'm going to say and department equals automotive. Where is this coming from? It's coming from this table. So if you go to department column and you scroll down, so you're going to see automotive department. See, this is, I think I passed it. Okay. So this is automotive. So we only want to see those employees or those guys because they all have to be males. Those guys working in automotive department. So this is the second condition where gender equals male and department equals automotive. Let's go back to the requirement and see if we have other conditions. earning a salary over 40,000 but not up to 100,000. So how do we do this? Now this is another condition. So, and this time we are filtering, we are specifying with salary column. So if I scroll to salary, we have salary and we have different salary. But this time we want salary that is over 40k but not up to 100k. So what I'm going to do is to say and salary. Now if you do this, if you say and salary between 40,000 and 100,000, this is not correct because it says salary over 40k. If I do between, what between is going to do is to return salary starting from 40k and up to 100k. But that's not what we want. We want salary over 40k and less than 100k. So it's going to be over 40k. 40k is not going to be included because it has to be over 40k. And it's going to be less than 100k because the requirement says not up to 100k. But if I do this, if I do between is going to start from 40k and stops at 100k. So just like when you say between 1 and 5, so what you mean is that 1 has to be included, 5 has to be included. But that's not what the requirement says. It has to be over 40k and less than 100k. So I can use between, I can do this. So what I can do is to say and salary greater greater than 40k. So this will satisfy this. And salary greater or less than this time and salary less than 100k. So this is what we have. Let me make some room here. Okay. So this is what we have. Salary greater than 40k and salary less than 100k. So let's run and see what we have. So we have 5 employees. How do we know if this is correct? Let me drag this up. So let's go to gender. It says male employees. So if I come to gender, all has to be male. So we have all male. It says male employee working in automotive department. If I come to department, all has to be automotive, and that's what we have. Then earning a salary over 40k but not up to 100k. So when we come here, you see we don't have, okay, let's do something. Let me order by salary ascending so it's easy to validate. So I say order by salary ascending. So we can see the least salary. Good. So you see the least salary is 44, which is greater than 40 because it says salary over 40k. So we have 5 guys, Berkeley, Tab, Way, they are all males, they work in automotive, and no salary is less than 40k, and no salary is up to 100k. Okay, so um, take your time. I'm going to remove this requirement so we can see this. So with this query, this is what we have. So just take your time, um, look through the query, make sure it makes sense to you because that's what you're going to be doing most of the time. When you are given a requirement, when you have a report to generate or you are to source for data for a report, spend your time to understand the requirements. When you finish writing your query, go over it, make sure it makes sense. Come down to the query output, validate your query using the filter, the conditions that you have. Okay. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.